Is it audible now? Very good afternoon, dear students. In the previous class, we have been discussed about introduction of financial management and also the problem based on capital structure, right? So the capital structure is a combination of debt and equity mix. With the EBIT and EPS analysis, we have done one problem based on that. I had given an assignment for you also. I don't know whether you people have done the remaining homework part for which is given for you. Today, let me start with a new topic, that is capital budgeting. What is capital budgeting? Capital budgeting is a process of long-term investment decision. I already said in the previous class itself, long-term investment decision is called as capital budgeting, where in the long-term investment decision, the organization will think of investing the long-term sources of fund on the long-term asset. The long-term sources of fund will be invested on the long-term asset. The decision taken for investing the long-term sources of fund on the long-term asset is called as capital budgeting. Okay, so this capital budgeting being a long-term investment decision is having various techniques. So let us discuss about the techniques of capital budgeting, and this techniques of capital budgeting is mainly classified into modern techniques and traditional techniques. Traditional techniques and modern techniques. What is this traditional techniques and modern techniques? What's the differences between these two? So under the traditional techniques, this traditional techniques, it will not use the cash flow approach. Means time value of the money will not be considered under the traditional techniques. So under the modern techniques, this cash flow approach, in the sense the PV ratio or the time value of the money, will be considered under the modern techniques. What does this includes under traditional techniques and the modern techniques here? Under the traditional techniques, as I said, the time value of money will not be considered. What does this time value of money means? The time value of money is nothing but, we know money value will be changing from one time to other time, right? Yesterday's 1 rupee is not equal to today's 1 rupee. What it means? Whether the value of money is increasing or decreasing. Say for example, we were paying 10 rupees per kg for tomato yesterday, but today it is 40 rupees. What happens for the price? The 10 rupees for the same kg of tomato, we were paying yesterday 10 rupees, but today we are paying 40 rupees. What happened for the money value? What happened for the money value? Whether it is increased or decreased. Here, the money value is decreased. Only the prices of the product is increased. Money value is decreased and the price of the product is increased here. See, yesterday's, look at here, time value of money. Time value of money is nothing but changing money from one time to other time. So yesterday's 1 rupee is not equal to today's 1 rupee. I said that I had given an example also. Yesterday's 10 rupee is equal to today's 40 rupees. Means yesterday I was paying only 10 rupees for the same kg of tomato. But today it is 4 times more than yesterday's price. The price is increased, but not the value of money. Here, yesterday's 10 rupees equal to 40 rupees, in the sense the money value is decreased to that extent, right? So 4 times it is decreased. So this is called as time value of money. Let us understand now under the traditional techniques, what does this traditional techniques includes? So this traditional techniques, there are various traditional techniques, but I take only few very important traditional techniques for your problem point of view, examination point of view here. So the first traditional technique is payback period. Payback period. What does this payback period means? Payback period is nothing but the period in which the money value is going to, I'm sorry, Payback period is a period in which the value of money invested into the project will be recovered back. The period in which the amount of investment is going to be recovered back is called as payback period. Once again, somebody is asking to repeat this time value of money concept again. Look at here. I said time value of money. What is this time value of money? As I said, time value of money is nothing but value of money will be changing from time to time. Okay, this is called as time value of money. How it is changing, whether the money is decreasing or increasing is a question. So I had given an example also. Suppose yesterday we were paying 1,000 rupees for the same product, for one product, any kind of, say for example, I was paying 1,000 rupees for purchasing my hard disk. For 1 TB hard disk, I was paying 1,000 rupees for purchasing 1 TB hard disk. But today, for the same 1 GB, for 1 GB hard disk, 1 GB hard disk, I was paying 1,000 rupees yesterday. But today, I have to pay 5,000 rupees. But yesterday in the sense, not exactly yesterday, previous. It may be years, or it may be months, or it may be days also. Okay. Yesterday or in the previous month, I had paid 1,000 rupees for 1 GB hard disk drive. But today I'm paying 1,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees. What happened for the money value here? Whether it is increased or decreased? The money value, as many of you said, it is decreased, not increased. Don't confuse with this. By seeing the price, what is this 1,000 and 5,000? This 5,000 and 1,000 is a price of product. Am I correct? The price of the product is 1,000 rupees and this is 5,000 rupees. However, the price is increased, but what happened for the money value? Nodi, nenne you were taking a pocket full of or only handful of money to purchase a product and used to get a bag full of products. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡೋದ್ರು ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಬಟ್ ನೌ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ತಗೊಂಡೋದ್ರು ಪಾಕೆಟ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ದೆನ್? Is that the money value increased? Definitely not. The money value is decreased, whereas the price increased here. ನೆನ್ನೆಗೆ 1,000 ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ 5,000ಗೆ ಸಮ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮನಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ it is lost its value. The money value is losing its value but not increased. In the sense it is decreased. Are you clear with this? Yes, the value is decreased. Money value is decreased. Okay. Now let us move back to this traditional techniques. The first traditional technique is payback period. Payback period is a period in which the amount of investment is recovered back. Suppose, for example, here I have invested I have invested 1 lakh rupees. I have invested 1 lakh rupees for any of the project. Okay, I'm doing a business of mobile shop where I have invested 1 lakh rupees. I should check when this amount of 1 lakh rupees is recovered back. In which year I'm recovering the amount of investment. In the first year I earned, suppose 20,000. In the second year, I earned same 20,000. And even in the third year, I earned the same 20,000. And in the fourth year, I earned the same 20,000. And in the fifth year also, it is in every year, the amount is keep on earning with the same profit. So this 20,000 is same for even fifth year also. So fifth year also, I earn the same amount of 20,000. Next in the sixth year also, I earn the same amount of 20,000. Can anyone tell me now? I invested how much? I invested amount of 50,000 rupees. This is called investment. Okay. And every year, whatever I am earning is called as profit. It's called as what? Profit. So I am earning year 2020 every year equal amount of profit is earned by me. The amount of investment is 1 lakh rupees. Can you tell me in which year the amount of 1 lakh is recovered? In which year the amount of 1 lakh is recovered? Fast, fast. First year 20,000, second year 20,000, third year 20,000. You can comment in the chat box. Third year 20,000, fourth year 20,000, and fifth year also 20,000, sixth year 20,000. Very good. Vismay Bharadwaj has replied here saying fifth year. When the amount is recovered, yes, many of you replied very, very good. Okay, in the fifth year, the amount of 1 lakh is recovered. How means? Take the total of first year 20,000. Total of 2 years, 40,000 I earned. Total of 3 years put together, 60,000. For fourth year, till fourth year I earned for 80,000. And till fifth year, it is 20,000. Means put together these 20,000 for all the 5 years, I earn 1 lakh rupees. Am I correct? So this means the amount, the period, fifth year means 5 years it takes to recover the amount of 1 lakh rupees. Then how you have been calculated this? There must be some formula for this, right? Payback period. This payback period is also denoted as PBP. So PBP is equal to, what is the formula for PBP? PBP is nothing but total amount of investment, or you can also say original investment, or it can also be called as initial investment. Original investment or the initial investment or the total amount of investment. This is called investment divided by what you have to do? The annual cash outflow. Annual cash inflow, not outflow. Original investment divided by annual cash inflow. This original investment is also called as cash outflow. The amount is going out of my pocket. I'm investing on some project or machinery or some asset. Okay, so from that I'm expecting returns every year. So at the end of fifth year, I recovered entire 1 lakh rupees. Just applied to this formula now. What is the amount of investment? Amount of investment here is 1 lakh rupees, right? The amount of investment is 1 lakh and divided by every year annual cash inflow. Every year, how much I am recovering here? Every year, I am recovering 20,000, right? So, 1 lakh rupees divided by 20,000 is formula. We have applied, substituted value to the formula. Now, tell me what is the answer? It is 5. Right? It takes 5 years to recover the amount of, investment. Right? So, like this we can calculate payback period. But there is a problem in case annual cash inflow is not same for, in case the cash inflow is not same for all the years. Cash inflow is not same for all the years. What you will do now? And cash inflow, suppose in the first year I recover 20,000, second year 25,000, third year 30,000, fourth year 20,000, fifth year 15,000. So like this, there is a fluctuation in the amount of return. When there is a fluctuation in the amount of return, how it is possible to use this formula? Is it possible? Definitely not. So in case if there is cash flow not same for all the years, then this formula cannot be used. This formula is not applicable, you can say. Is not applicable. Then which formula we have to use? So actually, instead of uh, giving the formula for that, I'll tell you how to calculate while doing the problem. While doing the problem, I'll tell you how to calculate this cash inflow when the how to calculate payback period when the cash inflow is not same for all the years later. Okay. Next, second technique. What is the second technique? The second technique is ARR, called as average rate of return, or it is also called as accounting rate of return. It is denoted as ARR. It is denoted as ARR. What is this average rate of return means? On an average, it is also called as accounting rate of return. On an average, what is the rate of return earned by the company by considering an accounting profit? Is called as accounting rate of return or average rate of return. Let us use the formula for this. Average rate of return is equal to, that is ARR is equal to, okay, it is equal to average profit after tax, average profit after tax divided by net investment, average profit after tax divided by net investment into 100. Average profit after tax divided by net investment into 100. So how to calculate then average profit after tax here? Average profit after tax. How to calculate this? Average profit after tax is equal to, take the total of all the years of profit, total of all the years of profit, total profit after tax divided by number of years. Number of years. This is the formula we use for calculation of average profit after tax. Then to calculate net investment, we know original investment or initial investment or also cash outflow, right? Then what is this net investment means? Net investment we can calculate by using the formula like net investment is equal to, okay, net investment is equal to original investment minus scrap value, original investment minus scrap value divided by 2 plus scrap value, the scrap value plus working capital. Plus working capital. So this is the formula we use for calculation of net investment. Net investment can be calculated by taking the original investment, by deducting the scrap value if any. If the information is given in the problem, we will deduct with the scrap value and divided by 2, and this same scrap value will be added, the same scrap value what will be given in the problem, that will be added along with the working capital. If no information is given relating to the scrap value or working capital, we will take this as 0 and only finally the formula like original investment by 2 will be the formula in case if there is no information relating to this. So this is about average profit after tax and net investment. By using this, you can calculate what? Average rate of return by taking an accounting profit. This is the only technique which uses accounting profit, and all other technique uses cash inflow. Cash inflow is different from profit here. So I will tell you what's the differences between the normal profit and the cash inflow. Cash inflow also a profit, but is not the normal profit here. Okay. Next, let us move to the modern techniques. Under modern techniques, we have very important techniques called, first one, okay. Profitability index, profitability index. Next is net present value, net present value. Next, IRR, that is internal rate of return. IRR is nothing but what? Internal rate of return. So these are the very important modern techniques of capital budgeting, and this modern techniques uses cash flow approach. This modern technique is also called as discounted cash flow approach, and this traditional technique is called as non-discounted cash flow approach. Why? In the sense, discounting factor or the time value of money will not be used under the traditional technique, and this discounting factor as well as the time value of money will be used under modern techniques. Let us understand this one by one. A profitability index. What is profitability index means here? Profitability index in the sense, if by using the cash flow approach, that is discounting factor, by using the discounting factor, if you invest 1 unit of amount, 1 unit of money, what will be the recovery? What will be the return? That is called as profitability index. Suppose if I invest 1 rupee, whether I'm recovering more than 1 rupee or less than 1 rupee by utilizing that asset, the amount which I am investing on it. Okay, so that is profitability index. The formula for this is profitability index is equal to, we denote this profitability index as PI. This profitability index is equal to present value of cash inflow, present value of cash inflow divided by present value of cash outflow. So this is a formula. We know what is cash inflow and cash outflow, right? Cash inflow is nothing but profit, but not the normal profit, as I said. Cash outflow is nothing but it is an investment. The amount going out of the business is called as cash outflow. Then what is this PV? PV is nothing but the present value. So I'll discuss about this along with the formula and calculation later. Okay, this is present value is nothing but discounting factor, the time value factor. Okay, by considering this present value factor, after calculation of this profit present value of cash inflow, then you deduct with the present value of cash outflow, then that is called as profitability index. Then net present value is denoted as NPV. Suppose this profitability index is denoted in terms of units. For 1 unit of money, it is denoted in terms of single unit. But net present value in the sense, if you invest 1 lakh, how much totally the amount is recovered? Whether only the 1 lakh, is there any loss or profit? If I invest 1 lakh, if and I recover 1 lakh 20,000, then 20,000 is a profit for me. That 20,000 is called as net present value. Okay, after utilization of the amount of investment, the extra amount recovered from the utilization of asset is called as net present value. The formula for this is net present value is equal to present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow. This is called as net present value. Now let us understand about internal rate of return. So by considering the discounting approach, what will be the rate of return? And this is expressed in terms of percentage. IRR and ARR both are expressed in terms of percentage because it is a ratio, rate of return. Okay, return will be expressed always in terms of percentage because it is classified it as rate of return. So here, internal rate of return, IRR, the formula for this is A plus C minus O divided by C minus D into B minus A. This is a formula which we use for internal rate of return. What is this ABCD formula? You may confused with this. All right. So where A is equal to A is equal to present value factor called as PV factor at lower rate. You will understand everything completely when you do this, when you do the problem based on this. Okay. B is equal to PV factor at higher rate, and C is equal to present value of cash inflow, present value of cash inflow at lower rate, at lower rate. D is equal to present value of cash inflow at higher rate, and O is equal to cash outflow. O is equal to what? Cash outflow. Okay, so this is about traditional and very important traditional and modern techniques. I'll repeat once again. Capital budgeting is long-term investment decision where there are two techniques. One is traditional techniques and the other one is modern techniques. Traditional technique is also called as non-discounted cash flow techniques because it does not consider the time value of money, and modern techniques considers the time value of money. And these traditional techniques, the very important techniques are payback period and average rate of return. Payback period is a period in which when the amount of investment is recovered back, that period is called as payback period. And average rate of return is a return in by considering an accounting profit. What is the rate of return earned by the company? Suppose if you invest 1 lakh rupees, whether you are recover 20% of the profit, or whether the profit is earned to the extent of 20% or 30% or only 10% or minus, means loss, that will be calculated by using this ARR, average rate of return. And under modern techniques, we have profitability index. Profitability index is the index where if you invest 1 unit of money, what will be the recovery? If you invest one unit of amount, whether you are recovering more than one unit or less than 1 unit, is a profitability index. And net present value is over and above the amount of investment, what is the profit left is called as net present value. And IRR, overall rate of return as a whole, by considering the different PV factors with the different cash inflows, the amount of what will be the rate of return earned by the company is the internal rate of return. Now let us understand the very important concepts before moving into the problem. Important terminologies or nomenclature, we can say. First one is cash outflow. Cash outflow. As I said, cash outflow is nothing but what? It is original investment. Then cash inflow. Cash inflow. What does this cash inflow means? Here, the cash inflow is nothing but a profit. Okay, cash inflow is nothing but a profit. But this is a profit after tax but before depreciation is called as cash inflow. That means profit after tax but before depreciation. Profit after tax but before depreciation is cash inflow. Are you understanding? I'll repeat it once again. Cash inflow is nothing but profit after tax but before depreciation. How to calculate this profit after tax and before depreciation is a question. So profit after tax and before depreciation can be calculated by using the income statement. I'll draw an income statement. This is particulars and amount in rupees. Okay. First one is, I'll start from profit before depreciation, interest and tax. So in the previous capital structure, look at just let us move to the previous capital structure problem with that income statement, EBIT, EPS analysis here. Look at here, which profit we have taken, earning is nothing but a profit, right? Which profit we have taken here? We have taken EBIT. What is EBIT? Earning before interest and tax. It is also called as profit before interest and tax, right? So the same here also we are taking the same way, but with one extra adjustment, taking profit before depreciation, interest and tax. What is extra we are adding here, considering here? That is depreciation. What is this? D stands for depreciation. Profit after, profit before depreciation, interest and tax. Why this depreciation is considered here? I will tell you even reason for that also, why depreciation is necessary for this. Okay. First, what we have to deduct? We have to deduct depreciation. Deduct depreciation. Deduct depreciation. Balance, what we get is called as profit before interest and tax, PBIT. PBIT is nothing but EBIT, right? PBIT is also called as EBIT, means only one extra adjustment we are taking here, that is the depreciation, deducting depreciation from the profit. So after deducting depreciation, what we get? We got profit before interest and tax. Now further procedure, you know what next we have to do, right? PBIT is nothing but profit before interest and tax. What next? We have to deduct interest. First deduct interest, balance what we get is called as profit before tax. Profit before tax. From that profit before tax, what we have to do? We have to deduct tax from it. If you deduct tax from it, the balance what you get is called as what? PAT, profit after tax. Now you have arrived till here, right? Look at here, profit after tax. But what we need extra? We need before depreciation. So for this, what we have to do before depreciation, in the sense what? We have to again add back. We have to again add back the same amount of depreciation, the same amount of depreciation what we have deducted here, the same amount of depreciation must be added back, not deducted, must be added back. If you add this depreciation, then the balance what we get is called as profit after tax but before depreciation. Profit after tax before depreciation. This profit after tax before depreciation is called as cash inflow. It's called as what? Cash inflow. I'll repeat this income statement again. This is an income statement for capital budgeting. Okay, so we take profit before depreciation, interest and tax. Deduct one by one. First depreciation, next interest, and then tax. After deducting all the three, balance we get is profit after tax. And for this profit we need to add back the depreciation. If you add back the depreciation, what the balance left out is called as cash inflow, that is profit after tax but before depreciation is called as cash inflow. Got it? How to calculate cash inflow? Have you got it? So this is about cash inflow and cash outflow. So in this problem, we have got cash inflow and cash outflow. But the thing here is, what is present value of cash inflow? PV of cash inflow. PV of cash inflow is nothing but PV factor multiplied by cash inflow. Then PV of cash outflow is nothing but multiply this PV factor with cash. This is called as present value of cash inflow and the present value of cash outflow. Then what is this PV factor means? What is this PV factor? PV factor is also called as cost in the problem factor. In the problem, they may give you not directly PV factor. They may give it as either cost of capital or discounting factor or time value factor. In any terminology they may give, but you should take that as PV factor only. Okay. So this PV factor is the factor which considers the time value of money. By taking this time value of money, if you multiply this with the cash inflow and the cash outflow, you will get present value of cash inflow and the present value of cash outflow. Look at here, how to calculate this PV factor is a question. Actually, there is a formula for calculation of this PV factor, and you can there will be even annuity table also, PV factor table or the annuity table will be there. You can carry that also to the examination. But better, since you are a PG student, you have to calculate by your own self. And for this PV factor, and it is very simple also. For PV factor, there is a formula like, look at here, 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. This is a formula for calculation of PV factor. What is the formula of PV factor? Here PV factor is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. Then what is this r and n stands for? So here n is nothing but number of years and r stands for rate of interest, we can say. R stands for rate of interest or the discounting factor, whatever it may be. Okay, so I'll take here it as R is an interest. I'll just give an example for you. For example, R is R. Okay, R is, this is not capital R, this is small r only. R is 10% and N is 5 years. N is 5 years. How to calculate this PV factor for 5 years? Individually, we have to calculate this for 5 years. Okay, so I'll show you how to calculate this. Suppose when R is equal to 10% for first year, second year, third year, fourth year, and fifth year. So this is the years, number of years. Now, by using this formula, let us calculate PV factor one by one. I'm taking this formula, I'm copying this formula here. Okay, this is for the first year. I'm sorry, it's for the 0 period. Before going for 0 period, I will calculate for the first year. This is for the first year, right? Next, substitute the value to this formula. R is 10%. 10% in the sense, this is number of years. R is 10% in the sense, we can write this in terms of decimal as 0.1. How to get this 0.1? 10 divided by 100. Percentage means divided by 100. We have to, if we are expressing this in terms of decimal, divided by 100. When you are expressing it in terms of percentage, multiplied by 100. Okay. 10 divided by 100 is nothing but 0.1. Right. So substitute the value now. R is 0.1 and N is not 5. Individually for all the 5 years we have to calculate, and this is for first year. Okay. So this is first year. Now simplify this. Simplify this. 0.1 divided by 1.1 is nothing but it is 1.1 to the power of 1. Okay. So here what it means, 1.1 to the power of 1 means 1.1 is for one time, means 1.1 only, right? 1.1 only, right? So 1 divided by 1.1 is how much? 1 divided by 1.1, calculate and tell me. It is 0.909. Am I correct? 1 divided by 1.1 is nothing but 0.909. Next, for the second year, you have to calculate in the same manner. You copy and substitute the value. This R is same. R is 0.1 only and only N is 2. Now, here the question arises. 1.1 to the power of 2 means what? 1.1 square, right? Means it is not 1.1 into 2. It is 1.1 is for 2 times. 1.1 into 1.1. Here 1.1 into 1.1. Now multiply 1.1 into 1.1 is how much? 1.21. Am I correct? 1.1 into 1.1 is 1.21 and the final answer 1 divided by 1.21 is 0.826. Is 0.826. Next, for the third year, you have to continue the procedure in the same way. You have to continue in the same manner. The third year it is. The third year it is to the power of 3 means it is cube and it is 1.1 cube. 1 divided by 1.1 into 1.1 into 1.1. 1.1 into 1.1. 1.1 into 1.1 into 1.1 is how much? 1.331. So 1 divided by 1.331 is 0.751. It is 0.751. In the same way, you have to continue the procedure for calculating for all the 5 years. But in a simple way, I'll explain you. Just do what I say. Okay. Take your calculator. Do you all having calculator with you? Not accounting calculator. You just take, not scientific calculator. You just take the normal calculator. Okay. Take the calculator with you and do what I say. First, in order to calculate this see, look at here, PV factor at the rate of 10% for 3 years we have calculated. That is 1. For the first year, it is 0.901. Second year, it is 0.826. And for the third year, it is 0.751. So this is the PV factor for all the 3 years, right? Now, next what we have to do, if you continue in the same manner for calculating PV factor for all the 5 years, even in the problem during examination, it takes so much of time just to calculate PV factor. But for PV factor, you don't get 15 marks. If you calculate for like this, you may get only 2 marks for this. Not even 2 marks, less than 2 marks only sometimes. So what you have to do for that? Yes, for next year it is 0.683, Nitya said. But how to calculate? Do you repeat the same procedure again and again for all? If in case 12% given, 20% given, 50%, 15% given, and higher rate and lower rate, 2 times of PV factor we have to use for calculation of IRR. So in a simple manner, just do. Look at here, we have to arrive till here. First thing is, we have to arrive till here. That is, knowing about the PV factor formula, you have to substitute the value of R and N value. After substituting the value of R and N, next thing is you have to simplify till this procedure, till this step. What you have to do to arrive at this step? First, you have to substitute the values to the formula, then simplify it, then you will arrive. If it is if it is a 10% rate of interest, then it is 1 divided by 1.1. Right? So take this formula calculator, do Just do what I'm saying now. Press 1 divided by 1.1 and press equal. Don't do anything plus or minus. Don't do anything. Just do 1 divided by, see, look at here, I'm doing the same thing. Here I'm doing 1 divided by 1.1. 1 divided by 1.1. Have you all done this? 1 divided by 1.1. Have you all done this? Yes. 1 divided by 1.1. What next you have to do? You have to press equal. Have you got the value? Have you got the value? Yes. 1 divided by 1.1 means 0.909. First year you have got with that. What next you have to do? Don't do anything. Just press equal. Just press equal. How much you got? 0.826. How much you got? 0.826. Then again just press equal. How much you got? 0.751. Then again press equal. Fourth year. How much you got? 0.8683. Then again press equal. How much you got? 0.6209 means 0.621. Like this, if you keep on pressing equals for 10%, only for 10%, not for with any other percentage. I'm speaking about 10% here. With that 10%, and for n number of years, we can calculate PV factor. This is a formula, but you must know about the formula, and after knowing the formula, you have to arrive at this position, that is 1 divided by 1.1. Then you can calculate for n number of years PV factor. Got it? Everyone got it? Everyone understood, right? So you just have to press 1 divided by 1.1 and press equal. Then keep on pressing equal for n number of years, you can calculate that. Suppose this is for 10%, right? And for fourth year, we got 0.683 and fifth year, we got 0.621. But look at here, if it is 20% or 12%, this is the first example which we have taken, right? And next, in case we have taken R as 12%, you have to arrive for the decimal. 12% in the sense what? 12 divided by 100. 12 divided by 100 it is nothing but 0.12. 0.12 and n is 8 years. We have to calculate n PV factor for 8 years. What you have to do first? First you must know the formula. Take the formula. Substitute the value, that is 1 divided by 0.12 to the power of 1. Then 1 divided by, for the same, you can say it as 1 divided by 1.12. Am I correct? 1 plus 0.12 is nothing but 1.12. If you arrive at this point, just next what you have to do, you take the calculator, then calculate by using the calculator, just pressing 1 divided by 1.12 and then press equal. How much you got? It is 0.892. Then again press equal. It is 0.797 for second year. Third year it is 0.712 and for fourth year it is 0.636. Fifth year it is 0.567. Next seventh year 0.507. Eighth year it is 0.452. Right? Have you got it? Have you got it? It is very easy to calculate PV factor, right? If it is for 20%, what do you do? If it is for 20%, when it is 20%, R is 20%. 20% is nothing but 0.2. So 0.2 is nothing but it is 1 divided by 1.1. I'm sorry, 1 divided by 1.2. If you know the magic to calculate very easily, you can do it by yourself straight in a very easy manner. 1 divided by 1.2. Now just apply this in the calculator by just pressing equal. Then you will get the n number of years PV factor. Understood? Now this is called as PV factor. If you multiply this PV factor with different years of profit, where it is gone. Okay, look at here. PV factor will be multiplied with for all the years cash inflow. First year cash inflow, first year PV factor. Second year cash inflow multiplied with the second year PV factor. For all the 5 years, we can calculate, or 10 years or 7, 8 years, you can calculate present value of cash inflow. Okay. Next thing is, after knowing PV factor, the very important next thing is doing the or solving a problem. Okay, but before to that, look at here, cash outflow. I have to specify here, for cash outflow we have to multiply PV factor, right? In which year this cash outflow is recovered is a question. In which year the cash outflow is recovered? Cash outflow is recovered in which year? Cash outflow is invested in which year is a question. Is it in the beginning, first year, or second year, third year, fourth year, or in which year the amount of cash inflow, or amount of cash outflow is invested? Cash outflow is invested. Now tell me, in which year the amount of cash outflow is invested? Is it in the first year, second year, in which year, or at the end of the year? Usually the investment will be made in the beginning period, right? Beginning in the sense, is it 1 year, first year? Look at here. Suppose if we take this as a scale, this is a scale of time, and here this is a 0 period. Beginning will be 0 period, and this is first year, this is second year, this is third year, and so on, right? And so on, like this. The amount of investment is always made in the 0 period, where the amount of investment is made in the 0 period, and the return will be recovered from the end of first year. From the end of first year, you are investing at this point. You are investing. Okay, is it not visible? 1 second. Okay, so this is the scale of time where 0, it starts from 0 and ends with infinity, right? Okay, so this is a 0 period. Always the amount of investment will be made in the 0 period, and in the first year, at the end of first year, we are going to recover the amount of investment, right? So this amount of investment is recovered at the 0 period. Wait for a minute, students. Okay, so the amount of investment is always recovered from the first year, starts from first year, but investment is always in the beginning. Beginning in the sense 0 period. Time starts at this point. At this point in the sense what? So always this point is nothing but the 0 period. From this point onwards, your amount of investment is going to be recovered. So this is 0 period. The cash outflow is always at the 0 period. Then what is the PV factor for the 0 period here? 1 divided by 1.1 to the power of Look at here. For the same formula, if you apply 1 divided by 1.1 to the power of 0, what is the time period? N here. N is 0 period for the cash outflow. So it is 1 divided by 1.1 to the power of 0 in the sense 1.1 to the power of 0. 1.1 to the power of 0 means what? To the power of 0 is how much? 2 to the power of 0. A to the power of 0 is how much? Always to the power of 0 is nothing but it is 1 only. To the power of 0 is nothing but what? It is 1 divided by 1. 1 divided by 1 means 1. So 1.1 to the power of 0 is 1. So look at here. A to the power of 1. I'm just give you an example. I'll just give you 1 second. 2 to the power of 0. 2 to the power of, look at here. 2 to the power of 0 is how much? Is it 2? Then 2 to the power of 1 is how much? 2 to the power of 1 is how much? And then again 2 to the power of 2 is how much? 2 to the power of 1 in the sense 2 is for 1 time, means it is 2. 2 to the power of 2 in the sense 2 square is nothing but 2 into 2. 2 into 2 is nothing but 2 into 2 is equal to 4. And this is 2 is for 1 time, so 2. But here 2 is 0, 2 is for 0 time. Any value to the power of 0, any value to the power of 0 in the sense it is 1. Any value to the power of 0 in the sense it is 1. 2 to the power of 0 is 1 only. Okay, like in the same manner 1.1 to the power of 0 is nothing but it is 1. So 1 divided by 1 is 1 only. If you multiply any value with 1, what do you get? 1 lakh into 1, 1 lakh only. 2 into 1, 2 only. 10 lakhs into 1, 10 lakhs only, right? Any value, it is not 0, it is 1. Any value, if you multiply with 1, you will get the same value as it is. So this present value of cash outflow is same as cash outflow. Present value of cash outflow is same as cash outflow. Okay. Now let us work out problem based on this. Let us quickly move on to the problem. Okay, we'll open the question paper. Okay, with the same 2014 question paper, the fourth problem, with the same 2014 question paper, fourth problem, I'll copy the same screenshot of it. You can see this, right? ABC, this is 2016 problem. Sorry, 2014, right? 2014 problem, fourth one. Okay, look at this. ABC company is considering two mutually exclusive projects. Both require an initial investment of rupees 50,000 each and have a life of 5 years. The cost of capital of the company is 10% and the tax rate is 50%. The depreciation is charged on straight line method. The estimated net cash inflows before depreciation and tax of the two projects are as follows. So here there is a company called ABC it is having two mutual exclusive projects, and for both the projects it requires an initial investment of 50,000 rupees. Initial investment means what? Cash outflow, right? Cash outflow is 50,000 rupees for both the projects, and it has a life of 5 years. Next, the cost of capital of the company is 10%. The cost of capital of the company is 10% and the tax rate is 50%. Cost of capital of the company in the sense what I said in the beginning itself. For the PB factor, they may give it as cost of capital or discounting factor or PV factor or the rate of interest. Any terminology they may give, but you should take that as a PV factor. PV factor, it is at the rate of 10%. Then tax rate is 50%. They have specified the tax rate. If not specified, we have to assume and take the tax rate. Then depreciation is charged on straight line method. Even for the depreciation also, here they have specified that it is charged on straight line method. But in some cases, they may not specify the method of depreciation. So usually nowadays, as per the income tax or as per the company act, every business organization must have to follow reducing balance method, WDV method of depreciation. But for your point of view, but for the examination point of view, for this capital budgeting, we cannot take straight the WDV, that is reducing balance method of depreciation, in case the rate of depreciation is not given. If the rate of depreciation is not specified, then we go for straight line method only. Next, the estimated net cash inflow before depreciation and tax. Which profit they have given? The cash inflow. Which cash inflow is given? Before depreciation and tax. In the sense, this is profit before depreciation and before. If depreciation is not deducted, in the sense, even interest is also deducted. It is understood, right? After deducting depreciation, then they deduct interest. After deducting interest, finally they deduct tax. So first depreciation, next interest, and lastly tax. So if depreciation is not deducted, it is before depreciation, in the sense profit before PBDIT, right? Of the two projects are as follows. So now 5 years project they have given. For project A, for all the 5 years, there is a changing value of profit, fluctuation in the value of profit. Sorry. Fluctuation in the value of profit. First year it is 20,000, second year 22,000, then 28,000, 25,000 and 30,000. For project B, it is 30,000, 27,000, 22,000, 25,000 and 20,000. Which project should be accepted as per NPV and IRR method? They have asked us to do it by using NPV and IRR method. But for your understanding purpose, I will use all the important methods which is required for you. So that is traditional as well as the modern techniques. This traditional techniques which includes payback period, accounting rate of return, and the modern techniques includes profitability index, net present value and IRR, right? We'll do it by using all types of, all the 5 types of traditional and modern techniques. Later, we'll conclude by saying which project is benefited. First, in the beginning, let us take project A. Okay, take this project A. Project A. Okay. Project A, let us write the important information given in the problem. First, what they have given? First is cash outflow they have given, right? Cash outflow, or cash outflow is also called as present value of cash outflow, right? Cash outflow is 50,000 each. They have said 50,000 each, right? Cash outflow is rupees 50,000. Then we have to calculate second thing, what? Present value of cash outflow is same as cash outflow, right? Then present value of cash inflow we have to calculate. What is cash inflow is nothing but, what is cash inflow here? Cash inflow is nothing but profit after tax but before depreciation. Cash inflow is, look at here, cash inflow is nothing but profit after tax but before depreciation. If you multiply it by PV factor, then you will get present value of cash inflow. Let us calculate this cash inflow. Okay, first is the information relating to year. Next is what they have given in the problem. They have given it as net cash inflows. Net cash inflows they have given. It doesn't mean that it is cash inflow directly, but further they have continued. What they said? It is before depreciation and tax. Before depreciation in the sense what? Profit before depreciation, interest and tax. What next we have to do? We have to calculate depreciation. After calculation of depreciation, we have to deduct this depreciation from profit before depreciation, interest and tax, PBDIT. Then you will get PBIT. Then calculate interest, then you will get PBT. Then calculate tax, then you will get PAT, profit after tax. After calculation of profit after tax, what next you have to do? You have to add back the depreciation. Then you will get profit after tax before depreciation. This is for all the 5 years you have to do it. Okay. Let us do it quickly. Profit before depreciation and tax, before depreciation, interest and tax is given in the problem here. 20,000. 20,000, 22,000, 28,000, 25,000 and 30,000. Then we have to calculate depreciation, right? How to calculate depreciation? What's the formula for depreciation, calculation of depreciation here? Depreciation under straight line method, we use a formula like original investment or the we can also say it as cost of the asset divided by number of years or life of the asset. What is the cost of asset? 50,000 divided by life of the asset is 5. 50,000 divided by 5 is how much? 10,000 rupees is under straight line method of depreciation. This is for the first project. What about for the second project? For second project also 50,000 only is the is the initial investment, and this number of years also, that is life of the asset also 5 years. Life of the asset means for how many years the asset can be used, that much year the return will be generated. They have given 5 years return means the asset is utilized for 5 years. So this is the life of asset is 5 years. Now 50,000 divided by 5 is 10,000. So this 10,000 is called as depreciation. This amount of depreciation is same for all the years because we are using straight line method of depreciation. When we use reducing balance or WDV method of depreciation, every year the amount of depreciation will be deducted from the written down value. But here under the straight line method, we have to take the same amount of depreciation for all the years. Now take down this 10,000 as a amount of depreciation for all the years. Next, deduct this depreciation from this PBDIT. If you deduct depreciation from this profit before depreciation, interest and tax, the balance amount is 10,000, then 12,000, 18,000, 15,000 and 20,000. So this is PBIT. Next, interest. So what is interest amount here is a question. Are they given any information relating to interest? Usually, most probably for this capital budgeting, there will be no information relating to interest. Okay, for that, we ignore that. So this is called, we take this directly as PBT because no information relating to interest, and we can quickly calculate tax. Understood? Here is there any information relating to interest? Are they given rate of interest and also the borrowed capital? No, right? They are not specified any sources of capital. Instead, they are giving only the information relating to project. So there will be no information relating to interest. So now deduct tax from it. What is the rate of tax? They have given in the problem. Rate of tax is, look at here, it is 50%. 50%. 50% on what? Profit. Tax will always be calculated on profit. So 50% into 10,000 is 5,000. For the next year, it is 6,000. Next, 9,000. Next, it is 7,500, 10,000. Now deduct this. 50% tax means 50% profit, right? 5,000, 6,000, 9,000, 7,500 and 10,000. This is profit after tax. Profit after tax. This profit, for this profit after tax, what we have to do? We have to add the depreciation. What we have to do? We have to add the depreciation. Add this, that is profit after tax before depreciation, in the sense profit after tax plus depreciation. This is called profit of PAT-BDE, profit after tax but before depreciation, and this is also called as cash inflow. Right? This is also called as what? Cash inflow. So 5,000 plus 10,000, it is 15,000. Next, 6,000 plus 10,000, 16,000. 9,000 plus 10,000, 19,000. 10,000 plus 7,500, it is 17,500. Then 10,000 plus 10,000 is 20,000. Okay. Before to this, after profit after tax or the cash inflow, let us take the total of this profit after tax. Why? Because only the accounting profit will be used for calculation of profit after tax. This is called total profit after tax. That is 5,000 plus 6,000 plus 9,000 plus 7,500 plus 10,000. It is 37,500, right? Okay. So we have calculated till profit after tax but before depreciation, right? And now let us do one by one calculation by using the techniques. That is capital budgeting techniques. Maybe due to shortage of time, I will continue by the solving this techniques individually in the next class. First one is payback period, second one is ARR, third one is net present value or profitability index, and IRR. Let us work out all these 5 techniques, 5 capital budgeting techniques by using this information what we have just calculated and also given in the problem. Okay, you understood until here how to arrive for profit after tax before depreciation for all the years? Right? Have you all got it? Anybody is having any doubt? You can chat in the chat box so that I can conclude now for today's class. Tomorrow I'll continue with solving this problem along with other concept if we complete early. Is anybody is having any doubt? Okay, right. We'll wind up the session for today. Thank you very much. I'll share even the today's class file also in the Telegram group. Okay, kindly make use of this every day. Do work out all the problems by you. As I shared the question paper also, kindly look at the question paper and solve the problems of each concepts every day so that you can understand easily. Okay, thank you very much.